Hi there, I'm Taylor and welcome to Tay TV, the place to be for all things yoga and wellness related. For today's video, I'm going to be walking you through 5 poses that will help you open your heart and your chest a little bit more, loosen up the spine so you can find some more release in Camel Pose. So it'll really get your body prepped and ready for Camel Pose. So Camel Pose is this big heart opener, big back bend, and for a lot of people, back bends are this like scary, unknown place, right? And I think that that's really just, you got to prepare yourself physically for that, really. So we're going to open up the shoulders and the chest and the heart and the spine so that trying this pose feels more natural and less stiff. So also keep in mind, back bends are known to release emotions. I know that sounds kind of wanky if you're not really into that. You're kind of like, oh God. But a back bend, think about it. It's a very vulnerable pose, especially this one. Your heart is just wide open. Your chest is nice and wide. So as you're going through this pose and you're breathing, if you're noticing like certain thoughts or emotions coming up for you, know that that's normal and to just let it happen, right? Yoga is life practice. So it's not uncommon that things like that will pop up for you during class. So just a warning, otherwise enjoy it, enjoy the process as we work on this pose. So when you're ready, roll out your mat and let's begin. Okay, so for Camel Pose, there's 5 poses I'm going to walk you through that'll really help open your chest and loosen up your spine to get you into the pose. For each of these, I recommend holding them for about 5 to 8 breaths each, or each side if we're doing one at a time. That'll really help you in your body take some time to really release into these poses and allow for some space to happen and some stretching. So we will start doing a little cat-cow. You want to start on all 4s, palms under shoulders, knees under hips, and then just dropping the belly down, shifting the gaze up. Inhale nice and wide across the collarbones, and then exhale, dropping the chin to chest, pressing the palms down, really arching the back, spreading, creating space between the shoulder blades. So that's the exhale. Then as you inhale, again, dropping the belly, gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest, arch in the back. Again, dropping the belly, looking forward, gaze up. And exhale, chin to chest, arch in the back. Again, dropping the belly, inhale, looking up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, looking up. And exhale, cat. One more time. And then come into a neutral spine. Planting the hands, lifting the hips up and back, down dog. So this is pose number 2. So really just creating some space in the spine here. So relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, lifting the navel up towards the spine, reaching the hips up and back. Keep breathing. One more breath. And then bend the knees. We'll come on to our bellies. So coming to whatever one feels good for you, I would recommend starting first all the way down. And then we're going to come to baby cobra. So hug the elbows in, slightly lifting the chest up. So slight back bend here. And then maybe from here you come a little bit higher to Cobra. And then if that feels good, you can come all the way to up dog. So with up dog, you're really pressing into the tops of the feet, lifting the kneecaps up. Opening the heart, making sure your shoulders aren't, draping forward by your ears, really keeping them lifted and down your spine. So taking a few more breaths in whatever variation feels good for you. Breathing into that front body, creating space. And then coming up, we'll come to all fours again, coming to thread the needle. So again, with the palms under the shoulders, knees under the hips, take that right arm, just reaching it out to the right side, parallel to the ground, maybe reaching it up to the sky for a second, and then weaving it underneath the left arm, coming onto that right shoulder. So staying here, that left arm can stay where it is. If you want to reach it forward in front of you, to the front of the mat, or you can take that left arm and bring it up and back along your lower back, grabbing onto the inside of that right thigh. So a couple options, choosing whatever feels good for you. And for your breath, really focusing on the space between your shoulder blades. So maybe even closing your eyes here to help you tune into that area. And so a spine twist like this, it challenges you from a breathing standpoint to get more creative. It's like, nope, that normal route you breathe in isn't gonna work, so you're gonna have to find another place. Which is cool because then you can breathe into your back body and get a new stretch and a new feeling that you don't normally get. Kind of like a back massage too with the breath, so. Taking one more full breath. And then pressing it up in that left hand, coming back to all fours. Other side, taking the left arm out to the side, maybe reaching it up to the sky for a second, and then reaching it underneath the right arm, coming onto the left shoulder. Again, a few options with that left arm, keep where it is, or reach it forward in front of you, or again, you can reach it up and back along your lower back, grabbing onto the inside of that left thigh. So whatever feels good for you, taking a few breaths. Again, maybe closing the eyes, bringing your attention to the space between the shoulder blades, taking deep breaths. Taking one more breath. Pressing down in that right hand, coming up to all fours. And then we'll come to half camel. Is that what? Yeah, half camel. Or modified camel. Same thing, right? So coming up onto your knees. If you want to take a blanket or a towel, or even roll the mat again to add a little padding, do that. Otherwise, come kneeling with your hips over your knees. Sitting nice and tall, or kneeling nice and tall, I should say. And then this is the beginning of camel, but this is a good place to start. You can take your hands, placing the palms on your lower back, fingers up towards your upper back. And then as you breathe here, really focusing on first lengthening. So seeing if you can kneel, when you're kneeling, reaching the head 1 more inch taller, like you're growing an inch taller, right? So keeping that length in every part of this pose is gonna be key so you don't crunch your lower back or cause any strain there, right? So just stay here, lifting tall, and then slight back bend as deep as you'd like to go here, keeping the hands on the lower back, making sure that the hips stay over the knees, really opening up the front of the hips. You'll feel that stretch along your heart and even the shoulders a little bit here too. If it feels good, you can drop the chin or lift the chin up to the sky, dropping the head back. Taking a few breaths. So taking 5 to 8 breaths while you're in this pose. And as you're breathing, really breathing into the heart, kind of like we did with thread the needle, breathing into the back, only now you're breathing into the heart. Keeping the length in the spine. Keep breathing. And then slowly rising up. So with that pose, because it's technically halfway to camel, a good counter stretch to do right away is child's pose, just pressing down for a nice counter stretch, releasing the lower back, and then just coming back up. So those are the 5 poses to help you prepare your chest, your back, your spine, your shoulders even really opening up to come into camel pose. So if you're feeling good and you want to try going into camel pose, I have a link at the end of this video that you can click on and it'll take you right there. Otherwise, be patient with yourself in this practice and this pose specifically. It's a big back bend. It brings up a lot of emotions for some people, myself included, and while you're working through it, just be patient with your body as it gets to each place. Yoga is about practice, right? So practice, practice, practice. You will get there someday, I promise you, my friend. And if you have any questions while you're working on this, definitely leave some comments and questions down below this video. I would love, 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 love to see what you're working on, what you're struggling with, so I can help you. This pose is accessible to almost everybody. So just keep that in mind. You can do this, you can work on it, and yeah, I'm excited. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up if this was helpful for you. And also, as you're doing this pose, if you're getting excited and you want to share it on social media, definitely tag me. I would love to see that the videos and the things that I'm creating are helping you. I want to know if this is working for you, what else you're interested in, any other poses you want to know about. Let me know. So I'll leave my handle somewhere around here. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Let me know. I'd love to see it. All right, my friend, have fun, be patient with yourself. I will see you next time. Namaste.